Hello. I wanted to make this informational video about my angioplasty, about what got me in to see the doctor, what happened, how they did it on me. Everything's different than what I expected. Well, some of it is anyways. What I did is I looked some things up on YouTube about my pain that I was having, and they don't really describe the pain, so I didn't really know. Well, let me start from the beginning. I noticed I was having pain when I would go to the gym and ride the bike for like a half hour is what I normally do. Excuse me. And I noticed that I couldn't maintain the heart rate and RPM that I normally do without getting chest. Well, I didn't describe it as pain, although it was painful. It was more like a burning sensation. And that's why I didn't think that it was heart related. It burned the center of my chest and then up my esophagus. So I thought it was like an asthma type thing or something like that. I didn't even consider really my heart. I went to the doctor. She told me to continue at my allergy pills because I have allergies 1 month out of the year. And she gave me an inhaler. The inhalers, she said, would work right away. Well, it didn't work. I used it for 3 days and it didn't work at all. So then I started to try to pay more attention to my pain, and now it's to the point where I can't even walk to the mailbox and back without it starting. But I tried to isolate it because it's hard to isolate because your breathing and your heart rate increase usually at the same time when you're exerting yourself. So I just assumed it was my breathing. The more I paid attention, I realized that it was more heart-related pain. Originally, she thought it was heartburn because I do have that problem, but I know what heartburn feels like, and it does not feel like this pain. This was a burning sensation, and even though that also has a burning sensation, it's different. Heartburn is a different kind of burning, I think. Anyways, this was a tightness, and there was pressure in my chest that was with it, so it wasn't just a burning sensation. So anyways, I went back to the doctor and told her that, and then she says, well, let's do a stress test. So through the hospital, they set up a stress test and then appointment with a cardiologist. Well, a few days later, they called back and the hospital called back and said, we don't need you to do stress tests. The cardiologist wants to see you. So I went in, saw the cardiologist, and he said, this was a Wednesday, and he said, I do not need to do a stress test. From what you've told me, and your EKG is abnormal, I know that you have blockage in your heart. So we'll just schedule an angioplasty. So this was a Wednesday. They scheduled it for Friday at 6 a.m. I got home from that appointment and immediately had the stomach flu. I had a stomach bug. So that afternoon I called and canceled my angioplasty for the Friday, rescheduled for the Monday at 6 a.m. So by Monday 6 a.m. I was okay. Went in, everything went perfectly. They got me in, checked me in, got everything going, prepped me. They will shave the areas that they're gonna, your groin area. They will shave your wrist area. The doctor asked me what I wanted, groin or wrist, and I said, well, if you can do wrist, do it, because I've heard that, from what I've seen on YouTube and everything, that's a better recovery and not as uncomfortable. But I said, just do what you need to do. It didn't matter, but I preferred wrist. So they take me in there. I'm laying on the table. They will put your arm off to the side, and they will tape it down. They had my hand open side up like this, and they taped around my hand, my palm. They put tape around it like 10 times so it would not move. Then they started putting paper on me, the areas that they may go in, covering me up. When you first get in there, it's really cold. they open your robe up right away, and it's very cold, and then they do put warm blankets on you. It's pretty much right away. They try to. And there's monitors right next to you, you can see, and I kept waiting for them to start the procedure. They just seemed to prep and prep and prep. And then I realized that it had already started, and I didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it until my arm, it felt like there was something inside my arm moving around. I could feel it a little bit. So I realized they were already in there. He was giving me directions the whole time. He would say, turn your head to the left. And after a while, he'd say, turn your head to the right, then to the left again, and then to the right again. I don't know why. If it was to help it go in and out easier, the catheter. And he did go in through my wrist. You can see the hole there. There is still some bruising. This is 4 or 5 days ago I had this done. It's now Saturday night. I had this done Monday morning. And so then, yeah, they say it takes 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not sure exactly. I think it was right on. Went to a recovery room, and I had to stay overnight like they said. Got out of there by noon the next day. But my IV, I had no pain. I didn't even know it was there. She did such a great job. The point on my wrist where they went in, there was no pain. I did not feel any pain. Even afterwards, I did not feel any pain. I did not need any painkillers. They did give me prescription for Plavix and a bunch of other things, baby aspirin and blood pressure medicine that I have to take for a while. But yeah, I mean, those were the best 2 days. I mean, I was sick the days before that, and then after I got home on Tuesday at noon, I got a really bad cold. The minute I got home, I noticed I had a cold. And I've had this cold ever since Tuesday. And it's Saturday now, so I don't know if it did something to my immune system before. So before I had the stomach flu, and then after I got a cold. And I hardly ever get sick. I get sick like once every 3 years. So that's about it. I'm just fighting the last of this cold right now, and everything went well. Just I wanted people to know about the burning sensation. There was a pressure feeling. It felt like I almost couldn't breathe. I was having a hard time breathing. That's why I thought it was lung related. But anytime you get pressure down there, or pain or anything, just you gotta go in. Anyways, they ended up, they showed me, I do have pictures of it too, I'll show you at the end of this video, but the artery had 2 blockages in the one artery, and he said it was 95% closed, which he says is almost closed, and I was very lucky. He put 2 stents in there, and that's that. Everything's good. I'm sorry this video took so long, but I wanted to put in a lot more detail so people know if they're going through this, what to expect. Alright, thanks for watching. At the end of this video, I will have the pictures of my angioplasty.